This is another subject that is about the psychological. And this slide comes from the University of Oxford, and my professor is Robin Murphy. And I just applied for this program with, well, my college. And this platform is Neo Scholar. Okay. The main idea, to be honest, I'm very interested in psychology, but for some scientific research and scientific strict science, I don't know well. So I think it's also a beginning for me to explore and sharing them with you. Okay, this is about behavior and cognitive neuroscience, human psychological. What we will cover, the lecture 1 to 4 is about the behavior, neuroscience, how, and environmental learning, developing a research project during today's discussion after today's class, and the lecture 5 to 10 mainly about the cognitive and computational psychological topics include depression, phobia, placebo, schizophrenia, psychopathy, and forcing evaluation and warning. Lecture summary. We'll finish discussing the ABA model of anorexia from last week. Individual differences and the search for psychological. What are thinking, reasoning, or expertise? Associated models explain complex cognition. Introduce the experimental analysis of the computational principles. By the end of the lecture, you will be able to our three-level approach to psychological be about thinking in general and provide a model of what thinking is. Okay, I think these tasks are very interesting and very worthy. But as a Chinese student, I think I don't have a lot of time to do that. This is just an interesting online class for me. It's a little regretful for me to neglect these tasks. These are about research, discussing, and some deep understand about the cognitive and experimental analysis. Okay, fixed actions from physiological and instrumental conditioning and gambling. Tries then a sonorous trigger warning. Trigger and warning. Activity ABA activity based anorexia. Anomia 2012 Res 1 first given access to free food measure baseline eating and weight. Then access to food for 1 hour a day. ABA group given a wheel to run on the control a wheel that doesn't turn without intervention. ABA animals will run and not eat enough and die of starvation. What causes this maladaptive behavior? These are just some experimental data that number of wheel turns, and these are just some percent body weight ABA and CNTL. First given access to free food measure baseline eating and weight. Then access to food for 1 hour a day. Active-based anorexia group given will to run on the control wheel. Oh, I don't have a clear mind about what is this lycee. Just some experience and food will maladaptive. I don't know this word. Hypothesis for ABA effect. Failure to learn the food schedule. Failure to learn the food schedule exercise induces dietary signal conditioned aversion to food caused by exercise. Animals that develop food anticipatory behaviors are more vulnerable to the ABA effect. Animals that develop food anticipatory behaviors are more vulnerable to ABA effect, but weight loss increases the value of food. There are some inventions. Serotonin may be able to delay the onset and the progression of ABA in animals. Robinette et al. 30 and is oh these are so difficult words for me. Depend on the nicotinamide dinucleotide and indicate that yours way most the model of baby based surgical active based action an animal model of the animal will reduce calorie intake if first giving access to all give access to unlimited food for 1 meal a day and unlimited to exercise without removing animal from this. Oh, so many slides. Robinant. Oh, they lose weight, I think, without removing animals from the FI scale. Animals will starve themselves to death. Male and female rats show similar effects. Two major theories. Direct effect exercise reduces the reinforced effectiveness of food. Indirect effect of behavioral failure to adapt to the restricted feeding schedule. To test the two models in 3 experimenters, even access to feeding schedule prior to introduction of access to the wheel. Moving feeding to start of the active period. In 3, activity restricted before feeding. These results suggest that ABA is not a direct effect of changing the signal developed theory of instrument that explains the Roy's reinforced contingent control action and choice in complex relations to motivation. Like other animals, human behavior in like the summary individual difference and the search. The individual search and search. Okay, this is so interesting. So cute. Okay, similarity between owner and pet. Oh, that's so. You are so same. Similarity between owner and pet. Apparently not generic. Very interesting. Oh, so interesting. This chapter is about individual and search for psychological, not genetic. Why? How readily dogs respond to human direction, especially in the context of training. 8 questions defined Charlotte followed 10 different breeds, independent Spanish, Beatles, Scott of are Collins, Flanders, and Peter. The idea that evil is transmitted by genes is so ingrained in our thinking. Uh, physical difference. I think this can't happen. Physical difference in water twin just that twin studies allowed a comparison between the facts of nature and nature, but we now understand that concept of genes or environment has a clear, distinct, and measurable interest in current hockey. Discuss implementation for the use of machine design of smart gene X environment interaction gene and environment. Oh, this is a difficult thing. I have think a lot about the recent damage of the GX environment, how the environment could, how on earth could we have spent 20 years, hundreds of millions of dollars studying pure noise? The recent damage of the gene X by large spectrate gene to the peers reinforcement appearance and human development and personality and even the variation in personality accounted for by genes. Oh, so interesting, but I can't make more sense. From this chapter, I think there are more meaning, but I can't understand what variation in personality accounted for by environment. The polygenic polymer and wedding provide an account for of the promise of quantitative genomics moving beyond a simple GE analysis with the use of polymorph TGR. Polygenetic scores one gloomy prospect is that the silent environment might be unsymptomatic, either systematic or the random factors events such as analysis or other changes such captures connects, however, are likely to prove a dead end for research. Gene X, Mind X, is interact in mind. Okay. Primary reading available online. Okay, this Murphy. The role of experience. Learning theory is the study of individuals and their development, but also an inquiry into the nature of our knowledge, what we know, who we are. What is knowledge and what does it come from related to the own nature? Nature debate, what are going to try and how variability in the environment guide change to cognitions and how specific mechanics of learning can explain these changes. How specific mechanics of learning can explain these changes. Happy family, I think. How can we understand the relation between behaviors and cognitive shows that the diagnostic of disorder? What are they doing? In treating gaming, what's the behavior cognitions? Ferguson, video games, unit thought initial violence. Yours violence, video games, yours violence. Oh, I think it's a little bit No relationship, I think. No directly relationship. Only I can say. Oh, there's something that a teenager has killed herself because of the bullying. So, next topic is about orange of thinking, associative theories, illusions of thinking, depression, control helpline. I think it's so interesting topics for me. Plus for bias, placebo, and illusions of the environment, schizophrenia, psychopathy, illusions of control, and paraphilia. Strong nature gave me a dozen health things that well formed and my own specific word to bring them up in an a dozen healthy infants well formed and my own specific word to bring them up in and are guaranteed to take anyone and read them and train him to be any type. Oh, this is a famous sentence from I think rock or I think it's Roxy. Let me see. John Watson. John Watson. Not wrong. Any type of ridiculous. And not ridiculous. I think it's very seems looks like impossible. But I believe he can do it if they can control all aspects of cognitives and brains and environmental interaction and mind. Give me a dozen health on take anyone and rather train him to become any type of specialized. I might select doctor, lawyer, artist, mechanic, and yes, even beggarman and thief, regardless of its talent, passions, talents, abilities, vocations, and reach all his ancestors. I'm going beyond my facts, and I admit it. But so have the advocates of the country, and they have been doing it for many thousands of years. I'm going beyond my facts and I admit it, but so have the advocates of the country. It follows that understanding or learning principles can be practical on universe and even individuals of different species, which is what learning theory try to do. But what are some of the alternatives? First, innateness, strong cultural transmission. What are some of the alternatives? Innateness, strong cultural transmission. It follows understanding the learning principle. Learning principle, and which can learning theories you can do. Oh, history of humanity is filled with scientific success, but early science was really just luck, mysteries, and nonsense. People believe that the proxies were science or if of evil that appear in the gods was the only cure. To this day, people avoid treatment for the same reason. People believe that the proxies were science in a scientific paths early. Mata, Hindu god of smallpox, the god sprinkles water from the stake. Oh, God bless you. Where should I to believe there is a God? I think there must be a God. I don't know what is a God. Just there is only one possible theory that is all of the world are a game. We are in the game. I believe that. Shitla Mata, Hindu. I don't know what is Hindu. Hinduma, Hindu, India, not India. The god sprinkles water from the stake. It was on its chest. stimulus products. World Health Organization attempt to vaccinate children is seen as a slight against vaccinate against stigmata. COVID-19 vaccination equals to death. Oh, this is their belief. Vaccinating healthy and mental health bills in the that adverse children experience can life cause health well-being and risk-taking behavior and chat. Similarly, principles of similarity encourage people's thinking. Principles of similarity. To some Chinese culture, I think, 为其鬼神什么超 principle or similar encourage people thinking prey. Model humans had no method of assessing caution. Humor, I think, not humor. Hume, before a causal theory of germs disease was the result of mystical cause disease. Mystical cause resembles congenital temporal order. Hume's principle caution. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, this is interesting. Home face sentence, yes, is interesting. Trump speaks after suggesting disinfectant as treatment. Total cases, deaths in the United States, total deaths globally. Also, just some breaking news. Oh, this is just the boom, big boom. What are thinking, reasoning, or expertise? Contingency and causal reasoning. As the wealth of evidence development supporting associated models, not simply as an account of simple conditioning, but that it could also reliably predict effects like blocking the possibility that these associative mechanics may have more general purpose for studying animal by Baker Scholar. Animals are learning where food or shock may occur, and the overall. Oh, I don't know this. Oh, just some rats and scientists. The implication was that rats were able to solve what looks like causal. Rats were able to solve what looks like a causal reasoning problem. Similar arguments are made by Buffet, but even scientists use stupid trial and error to solve problems continue, and it got worse when you test people. They seem to still be worse than the rats. Are people poor detectors or really? But even scientists, even clinical diagnosis, enormous clinical diagrams using projective text like Rorschach blocks could be explained by verbal association rather than valid clinical indicators. Previous work found use of clinical experiments rarely performed was using drawn person test DAP in the 1960. 7 people students were presented with pictures and he's worried about how many he is his species of other people kindness. The individual differences are a combination of genetic and the content of mind, which is our task require understanding of three components. That is genetic, environment, and the mind. We are much simpler than our we are much simpler than our institutions to us. Model seeking content. The study of Manchester and Central generally actually reflects reasoning process as something more akin to association formation. The evidence from the work presented here just the later. People learn about the causal structure of their environment on the basis of associative principles that apply to the right conditioning experimental results. Some pictures. Delta P, table delta P. This is learning cost implies also here is the sense of the computation contingency between Q and outcome, and this is the former and became human and vehicle. Contingency between the context and Q combination to join the learning. And these are some pictures that latest I made available Q. Text of associated predators distinction sharks in study to test whether you could just continue using simpler writing what is seeking inside or criteria. We discuss how behavior that looks insightful may reflect simple association. What about creativity? Recent work with artificial intelligence based on the probability of OpenAI looks insightful, me relaxing. What about creative recent work of associative models explain complex cognition? Introduce the experimental analysis of the computational principles. Associative models associated DALL-E 2. New AI created realistic images. 19th century landscape, abstract experience, poetry using two standard poems about love by Donald Trump. About love by the love poetry using two stanza poem. Love is tremendous, believe me, it's true. I've known it for my love is an attachment is a girl. Learning process association background blocking. Yours expression have lost what is the seeking. Associative link expression effects like blocking are accountable by this process. What about if you haven't experienced an event there is nothing in the real world to associate? Surely there that is taken. If I think that red thing is related to small box, but now I think that in the absence of red disease. How does this change my association with red? Association, yeah. The problem of background blocking for session models was I association with redness with diseases. What examples related to diseases? What effect does extreme with the versus have on my periods of the other same whether whereas or some red redness. Oh, I think that's theme from scientific to traditional. Oh, Chinese culture is so great. They are the same. I think they are the same thing because they are not the. There is no the fact. What is the fact? What is the truth? No truth. I think we are all at the same stage. Word background blowing. Happens that new comes into mind. Reasoning. Overview. Corollary, the selective cognitive summary. Associative learning is the response to maintain and require robust attention story. Learning theory exercises presents the problem of experiment associative model. The problem extensive apparatus demonstrate a distinction between associative strength and parent argue that there must be some a little difficult for me. The last 230 experimental. By then, 3 level to copy what discussing thinker. What is language gives us the ability to exchange ideas. Just as infant children have the static learning system and semantic for even as they also claim that simple network cognitive non-explanation but from the associated structures with temporal order comes the structure rather than the other or word. Gatiga. Marcus. Like this is relevant by language, consider the range of relationship associated and from these all our associative knowledge and then some we can transform and some learning origin thinking stimulation transforming data. ChatGPT-4 is ChatGPT under upgrade towards the hype. What does AI's future hold? What a large language model language describe? In style of Stephen King thriller. Training large models the borrow down the attention is all you need. Silly punch Bill, Billy punch Leah. Soft Max. Also difficult for me to understand. Summary. Authoritative models are simple description of the mechanics of thought. They make predictions about thinking and behavior. We explore whether there might be other modes or cognition that we need to consider. Retrospection, expectation, proposition, and rules this seem little in these domains that because more than association, not we We now move to discuss whether Steve model can be used the summary. Okay, learning theory and this is speaking about does material in really exist? Depression. How can we study internal emotions through behavior? Diagnose. Nice picture.